Get afraid to say.
I don't think you should be afraid. I don't think anybody would be offended by that. I was talking to this friend of mine though about how he uses ChatGPT and he's been using it a lot for a couple of years now, and he noticed recently that he started giving it personality tests. He had uploaded any personality test he could find to ChatGPT and say, based on what you know about me, answer this. And he had never like told it, here's my personality. It had just learned it from the questions he asked over the years. And on every one he tried, it got exactly the answer and exactly the outcome he would get. And so that's not like, he didn't get uploaded, he didn't get merged, he didn't plug something into his brain, but somehow like the pattern of him had gotten imprinted into this AI.
Wow. Maybe we're not as complex as we think we are.
Or maybe we are, and AI can just learn it really well. AI can like represent these very complex things. One of those two. But that was a real moment for me of like, wow, the merge maybe can happen in a very different way than we thought.
Yeah. Yeah, because you think of it as this thing kind of taking over your system, and like, your dad presses a button and you can't use the car, you can't move for a month or whatever. Yeah, I think it kind of has that sort of energy. You just finished the acquisition of, this is a little bit more like day-to-day business. You just finished the acquisition of Jony Ive's hardware company. Their hardware company.
Yeah.
So clearly you have some like thoughts or interest in how like hardware and AI match up for each other in humanity. What was that about?
There have been two revolutions in computers in history. There was the keyboard, mouse, and screen, that thing that was invented down the street in, I think, the 70s, where, the people at Xerox PARC figured out what has become the modern computer interface. And then in the early 2000s, I guess, Apple figured out this idea of touch on a device. And really, those have been the two big ones. I think now there can be a third. I think AI it so changes the game that you can design a new kind of computer based off of a really smart AI, where you can give a complex instruction to a system. It can go do it. You'll trust that it gets it right. You'll trust it to act on your behalf. It could like maybe be aware of everything going on in this room, and it could like kind of not just be on or off, but like lightly get our attention if it wants us to know something, or maybe more aggressively get our attention. It could really be like following what we're talking about here and remind us both of things later. And current hardware just can't do that. The current kind of computers we have, I don't think are they don't honor what the technology is not really capable of. So I want to make a totally new kind of computer that is meant for this world of AI helping you all the time. I'm super excited about it.
You are?
Yeah.
You guys, there's this thing called Agent that you guys had showed me earlier. Yeah. I can take this out if I mentioned it, and I wasn't supposed to. It was pretty fascinating. It was cool to see.
It is, yeah. This is a new thing that we just did. But the idea that an AI can not just answer questions for you, but it can go actually do stuff on your behalf as your agent. It can go do research for you. It can go book something for you. It can go buy something for you. It can go like, change some things in the world for you and think more and use tools. Like, I think most people think of ChatGPT as this app that you can ask anything, but it'll become this thing that can do anything. And that'll change how you use computers. It'll change how you do things in your life.
Yeah. I was watching the guy do it, and it was just kind of fascinating. He was showing like one time he'd went to like a website and bought something that he needed. And then now moving forward, he could just be like, hey, go to this and make sure to get me these, or go here and see, go to the restaurants I like and see if there's any table available for 7 p.m. tomorrow. And it was able to book it and do everything. It was like having a secretary right there.
Totally. When I first started using it, I was like, it was one of those moments where I could tell that, oh man, doing this the old fashioned way is going to feel like the Stone Age so quickly. I'm going to like try to tell people someday, like, do you remember when if we wanted to do something, we actually had to go like click around the internet and like, look for a table. Yeah. And then if we wanted to move it, we had to like call the restaurant. And that's going to be unimaginable because of course you just tell your AI to do those things for you.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel like you would almost just tell it to go eat too,
That's the fun part.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No one likes booking the table. Everyone loves sitting there eating.
That's a good point, huh? Yeah. It won't take away the fun part. That's the thing. I think you got to remember that. It won't take away the fun part.
You're going to do the things you want to do. There's a lot of things in your life you probably don't love doing. Like booking an open table is maybe one of them.
Yeah. And then you'll have like old fashioned, be like, no, I'll book it. You're like, Dad, what do you mean? Get off the phone or whatever. Don't call him, you freaking weirdo. use your agent.
Totally.
Like, oh, I'll book it. There's like a lot of like, Zuckerberg recently like kind of was poaching guys around town, right? And I'll say it. You don't have to say it. Allegedly. I'm not saying he did. He hired one of my buddies. But what I'm saying is there's this hypothetical that he was like kind of poaching guys around town.
Yeah.
Did that feel like a mafioso move in the community? What was that like out here in the tech trenches?
I mean, they want to get into the AI game. I understand it. So, and if he's going to do this, he needs to hire some people. So bring it. Yeah. So bring it.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. I'm going to upload myself into this plant in a second. Okay, no. But no, do you kind of like the competition? Is that fun?
It is. Like winning is fun.
Yeah.
And I expect to win.
And you got to love the competition. That's part of it, right? It makes it fun.
I think what it would be like if we didn't have competition and drama in the world. It would be so boring. Actually, can I say one more thing about that?
Sure.
The best improvement I made in my life, personally in my life and for my own happiness over the last couple of years, because a lot of bad shit has happened to us. To me, it's been like a crazy intense experience. And I just decided that I was going to like learn to love the hard parts. I was like, you know what? If I'm in this crazy moment, if I'm in this like crazy thing, if I like feel my emotions are high, I'm going to like make myself learn to be grateful for that, to love it, to find enjoyment in the tension, in the competition, whatever. And actually it worked. And it kind of needed to work because like so many things go wrong in any given day. But I was like thinking about, someday I'll be like retired on my ranch. I'll be sitting there watching the plants grow and I'll be missing the excitement and the drama and the anger and the tension and the whatever. And so I'm going to be like grateful for it and like learn to have fun with it. And now I cannot believe that mind shift